I want to draw your attention to one of the other tragic incident that happened in Mbale City on a 15-year-old girl. There are some details you might want to know, or there are some things that you have probably missed on. So this girl is a 15-year-old and her name has been identified as Sumaya bint Idrissa, a senior 2 student of Nakaloke Secondary School. So this school is situated in Mbale, and as you've heard, the girl's name actually suggests she's a Muslim and she's just 15-year-old. Now, there are 2 very key factors to consider here. First, she's just 15-year-old, and I understand that our community ethics would not allow a 15-year-old to have access to the lodge, more so with an opposite sex that you cannot trust. So this directly shows that the guest house management acted in negligence. They could have taken caution and asked a few questions before allowing these people to access the guest house rooms. Then she is a Muslim, okay? Now this the fact that she's a Muslim, we all understand that Muslims have been fasting, and I'm not a Muslim, so if I say something that does not match with the disciplinary set for the Muslims, I ask that you understand me. She's a Muslim, and we understand that Muslims have been fasting, and to the best of my knowledge, which I am not confirming that is the supreme instruction for the Muslims, is that when they are fasting, they are supposed to maintain cleanliness. They are not supposed to engage in certain activities that make them not to be so clean. Now, this girl went into a guest house with a man, with a boyfriend probably, while she was fasting, or she had absconded herself from fasting that day just to engage into this activity. That, I must say, she was probably also wrong. Now, the other thing that you need to know about this tragic death is that the incident happened on the 23rd, on Sunday, and this is just a day after Martha, who died in a nightclub in Kampala, had just been buried. The funeral had just taken on Saturday. Then on Sunday, another girl has passed on. Now, like I told you before in one of my videos, that Ugandans will run on trends. If something happens today, it may not take long that it happens again. Okay? That's what I mean when I say Ugandans will run on trend. If something happens today, it may not take long for it to happen again within the same sector. Like we've seen hotels, nightclubs, guest houses, they are from the same sector, that is tourism and hospitality. So this incident has happened the same sector. So that's why I say Ugandans will run on trend. If something happens, it may not take so long that it happens again. So we lost Martha. Now we've lost Sumaya bint Idrissa within the same sector. So this calls for caution and seriousness, and we need to be very careful when we deal with certain things. The other thing that you will need to know is that the girl was allegedly raped by her boyfriend. After raping her, she was strangled to death, or vice versa. And when this guy strangled the girl to death, he made away with her phone, and of which this phone he later on used it to contact her relatives. She later on used the phone to contact the relatives and told them, hey, you know what? I have killed your daughter, or your niece, or your relative. She is in such and such a place. And I might be forced to think that is when people went to the guest house and started asking questions, and that's when the guest house management got to realize that they had a dead body in one of their rooms. So the suspect reportedly tied her to the bed using a mosquito net and stole her phone. That is something you really need to know. Now, police has launched an investigation and this man is still at large. No information about him probably was left behind while he was checking into the guest house, and this makes it very, very hard. So I would like to call upon people who are in this sector to get more serious. You need to have every client that gets to you, to your business, registered. The last time I checked in a guest house, at least I was asked my ID, my NIN number, and that was serious. I actually felt they were getting into my privacy, but I had nothing to do but to register. You may not register both parties, or you can register one person, and that is enough in case of any trouble. That particular that you've captured can be used can help in investigations, can help in curbing the culprit. So that is it, what you've not known that has happened, but I call upon us to be serious. The world has gone crazy. People are doing funny things. People are doing wicked things. We must be very, very careful. I have realized people are liking my content, but they are not following me. Please follow me so that TikTok can push this content to a greater audience so that we get to know. I'll always keep you updated with what is happening around so that you don't miss anything.